Hi everyone, Paul and Tesla Scale Modeler. Welcome to, well, it's a final reveal. It's not a bench update, but it's a final reveal of my Tamiya 112 Kawasaki ZX-RR 2006 MotoGP bike. Finished this a few weeks back. It's taken me a bit of a while to get the video done for the final reveal. We're just going to have a quick overview on the turntable, just have a good look around, then I'm going to take it over to the bench and have a bit of a closer look. So, another one of Tamiya's fantastic 12 scale kits, gone together flawlessly. I've got one problem which I'll get to in a minute, which I need to rectify. But other than that, the kit, I added a bit to it. The top studio details set, the Tamiya fork set, a bit of scratch building here and there, which we'll go through when we go over to the bench. And can't fault it at all. Decals are tricky to lay down in places. The fairings are awkward places to lay these decals down with all the curves and contours and whatnot, and all the ducts. They are quite tricky to get in there. But other than that, no problem at all. They didn't fall to bits on me or anything. Finished off in the Hero Boy Zero Paint Mica Green 2006 colour, the lighter colour, and then finished off in Zero Paint 1K Lacquer Clear, which as you can see as the light catches it, gives a real good shine. Very happy with the 1K. A lot safer than the 2K in my opinion, and what I'll be continuing to use for the foreseeable future. So like I say, top studio set, plenty of PE for it. We did have a chain set for it. I just couldn't get on with that at all. Nowhere in the world. I tried my best and it was having none of it. So I made the best of it that I could out of the chain included with the kit, which come out quite nice. We'll have a close look in a minute. Well worth adding some aftermarket to these kits. They're great out of the box, but they do need a little bit extra to make them a bit more special. We use some of the Scale Motorsport carbon fibre film on that rear wheel arch and the front one as well, and a few other components around the bike. And whilst it's a bit tricky to get used to using, it's a worthy addition and it really does look good. And yeah, I love the stuff. One thing I did notice after building it, that rear seat black, I thought it was a cushion. It's not actually, it's just like a bum brace. That should be carbon too. So if I can get it off, I will carbon it and stick it back on. If not, it'll stay the colour it is. But I thought it was a cushioned pad, but somebody asked on a different Facebook page about it. And on closer inspection through my books, it is carbon. So if you are building it, bear that in mind. The major problem I had was that front, I'll let it spin round, the front wheel arch there. The two-piece on Tamiya's, I think most of them are, if not all of them. It's a carbon film, then it's the kit decal to replicate the green. Now the carbon film needs a lot of work, and doing that can loosen the glue weld by obviously snapping the part in two. I was careful while doing that, no problem at all. Got the kit decal on, no problem at all. 1K'd it, no problem at all. Polishing the 1K, the goddamn thing snapped right in half in front of me. So I managed to glue it back together with some CA glue, get rid of the majority of the seam, respray the green, re-clear it, and for the most of it you can't really see the split. But me being me, I won't be happy, so I bought another kit. I'm going to take the part out of that, replace it, redo it, and buy the spare parts from Hobby Company UK. And I do plan on doing another Ninja, so it's not a waste, and I will get it sorted. But that's probably the only annoying thing. I mean, if I zoom in, you probably won't even see it. If you let it come back for it to spin around, so you can see the carbon film on that rear arch. Looks absolutely brilliant. And on the ankle plates there, the shifter, and it's literally that front part there. You can't really see it, so I probably could get away with it, but I'm not going to. Me being me, if it goes in my display case, I want it to be perfect, and that's how it's going to be. Again, another kit that'll be at Telford, so if you want to come over and have a look, I'll probably have a few of the bikes there because they're nice and small to take over and display. So come on over, have a look and see what you think. So we'll go over to the bench, we'll have a bit of a closer look at it, and we'll show some of the scratch build we did and a few little bits and bobs. Okay, there we go, we're back on my bench now. As you saw on the spinny thing, she came out well. I'm very happy with it. Probably one of my best bikes to date. Very, very happy how it came out. It's a stunning looking machine. It's got to be one of the most iconic MotoGP bikes out there, along with the Repsol Hondas. I love the look of this machine. Building it's fantastic. It's a great kit. Out the box, can't fault it at all. It's really, really nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off its pit stand. Now sadly, like we had the turntable then, I did have a video of it spinning around without its fairings on. And like an idiot, I deleted it. So that's out the window, and I'm not mucking about taking all the fairings back off, although they do come off pretty easy. I'm not mucking around with it at all. So, what have we done? Right, well, we've got the front fork set from Tamiya. Absolutely great, adds a massive amount of detail. The discs, the kit discs, we've sprayed them off using circle templates to give the carbon effect out there. We've got the MotoGP sensor up the back. That came with the Top Studio kit. We've got the brake lines, not using the Tamiya hose because it's way too big. That's some actual just wire. They came with this Top Studio kit. We've got the wheel sensor wire cable at the bottom there as well. Again, another problem, I meant to say, these goddamn dry transfer decals. Again, I'll take these back off, reapply them with the new ones I've got in the kit and buy them for the next one. Absolute nightmare to line off. I've used dry transfer decals loads of times. Those ones were just an absolute pain in the arse. They really were. We're on the side, we've got the kit parts again. We've got the blue silicone hose. I painted it blue to replicate that. The shift lever, various other components, the batteries in there as well. The exhaust was done in a multitude of colours. I'll pop a picture of the exhaust up. Pop it up. So you can see all the different colours I put on the exhaust, all different tones of blues, purple, sepia, etc. It came out really well. Sadly, it's all hidden by the fairings, but that's just one of those things. That's why I got the pictures of it with them off. Thankfully, I got good pictures of them. And we lost the video, as we say. Moving on to the back, the swing arm, we've got carbon on where the MotoGP stand goes, the shim protectors on the side, wheel arch at the back. They were all sprayed in aqua gloss to protect them, polished up, and the shine we got off aqua gloss, very good. No more work on the 1K at all, very happy with that. The Ducati I'm building at the minute, which I'll probably show at the end of this actually. We'll do a quick out of the bench along with this as well. The Ducati I'm building along with this at the minute, I probably might try that in aqua gloss on the fairings, we'll see. The chain, as I said, I did have a PE one, no chance having none of that. So we took the kit one, made the best of it we could, painted it in Alclad, gave her a black wash, and had to come out pretty well. We've got the reservoir for the rear suspension. It's an upgraded set from the Top Studio set as well. As to is the spring, which you can't really see. There it is, yellow underneath. Like I say, moving around the bike, we've got a beautiful Ninja decal underneath. Right the way around. Again, cartograph decals on these newer bikes. Absolutely fantastic. There's a carbon texture on this plate here. You can see it, you catch it in the light. As I say, no real problems at all. The 1K, I love it. Okay, it's not as easy to use as the 2K killer, I will admit that. I've used them both, but for the safety aspect of not getting poisoned, I'll stick with the 1K personally as well. We've got the other shin guard this side, another MotoGP center. Well, that's a module on this side. We've got the wheel spacer on the back, photo etch. We had to cut out the kit part. The rear disc is a photo etch disc from Top Studio 2. So that was installed. Brake line again is wire, not the hose supplied by Tamiya because it's way too thick. Got the clutch plate in there. See it right inside, and again the exhaust, again sadly hidden, but not much we can do to that. We've got the rad at the front behind the wheel, and the front arch, beautifully carboned, sadly snapped in half, but you really can't see it all that much, so it's come out quite well. And the front fairing as well, the number, very good. Onto the handlebars, all kit parts apart from I scratch built the cable tensioners for the throttle. There's two of them there you go, you can see them both. And then we've got the, sorry, that's the cable tensioner there across the white tube for the brake as well. We scratch built that. Everything else, the details just picked out on. I've got to play for this. It is in there, it's moved, it needs gluing in, so we do need to do that. The original one I lost, unfortunately. The original plastic piece. I just need a piece of metal or plastic to fill that in. I will get to that as well. And that's about it really. We've got what I'm assuming is either a breather pipe or an overflow. God, just there. That was done with clear heat shrink. Heated up and stretch on it, heated up, and that gives you that real nice thin tubing we've got there, which looks very, very good. And overall, that is it. So, lovely bike, love building it. One of my favourite ones I've built so far. Stunning looking machine, absolutely beautiful, beautiful colour as well. The 2007 Plus ones are a dark colour, so I do plan to do one of those as well. They look great next to each other in the display case. I've also got the ZX-10Rs, I've got a couple of those to do. One purple, one red, so they really are in your face colours, the Kawasaki's, and that's one thing I absolutely love about them. Absolutely phenomenal. So there you go. So if you want a bit more of an advanced bike to do, pick the Ninja. The decals and the paint scheme, not tricky but a bit more advanced. If you want something simple, stick to some of their older kits because they're a bit more simple to build. So that's where we're at with that. What I'll do while we're at it, because it is an at the bench update, we shall pop that stand back on. Which, there we go. Let's pop that there. And I shall grab the Ducati 916 I'm currently working on. And we'll have a quick look. You see, there's pictures going up. I've got loads of projects on the go at the minute. I've got the Tiger, which you saw in the last update we put up. This bike, I've got my P47 for the shiny things, and it is the, oh, let's get rid of that. It's the 23rd today. I've got 7 days to finish it, just under a week. So that's going to be fun to do. I'll show you that in a second. And I've got my 48 scale Tiger as well, as well as a few other projects on the shelf. The Kraz, my Hind, the Thunder Flash. Spin around, where else have we got? A MiG-21, the Torino. There's a few ongoing. So I put pictures of this up the other day. All the frames built, swing arms done, engines done, oil cooler, etc. Rear suspension shocks are done as well. Have a quick look around it, you can see. This is an older kit, it's a simpler kit. I've got no aftermarket for this whatsoever. It's completely out of the box. But she is looking well. This is the Hero Boy engine colour, which I found a little bit too light. So I darkened it up. But an out of the box kit, it looks really well. It's come out quite nice. That frame colour, specific to Ducati. That looks quite well. We've got a carbon decal on that, chain guard on the back. And again, the kit chain, done the sprockets. The chain's just done in black. I very, very lightly dry brushed it. And we'll leave it as is there. We've got a carbon part I did the other day. Actually, I forgot I did this one. It needs a bit more work. We need a little bit more setting solution in there. But you can see how well the carbon decals work and how well they settle. We've got the radiator, which has been painted up in various Alclad and extreme metal colours, and then done with the carbon decals again. That was just tricky as hell to do, real difficult work. 3 pieces along there to conform to all these ducts and intakes, 3 separate pieces inside there. That took, God, 5 hours, no, 4 hours in total to do, just that carbon there. So it's very long-winded, but worth it by far. Got the main body fairing, which is glued together. I've got a Passé glue for filler, so that's all in there as well. So that's ready to be worked on. I'm waiting for something to start working on that on, but I can't say just yet. The exhausts are done, they're all together. They've been Tamiya extra thin, they need sanding down, get rid of all these seams, painted up, and I've got a carbon these as well. Here's the other exhaust to go with it. We've got the front wheel arch. Again, carboned, multiple parts, but you can't really see it at all. She's come out really well. Lesson learned from the Ninja and to anybody else, run CA glue underneath that joint. Once you've glued it with your plastic glue and sanded it, etc., run a nice big bead of CA glue to give it a bit of extra strength under there. A couple of engine parts there. We've got the shocks, which need doing next, and there's a few other components in here. We've got foot peg, again carbon decal ready to go. I can't remember if I cleared these. No, these haven't been cleared yet, but as you can see, I've got a nice bit of shine to them. Whether I'm going to clear them, I don't know. Me and Tim are building this together. Timothy Iverts. We're building them together. Tim's cleared us. I'll have to have a look at it, see what it looks like before I decide. And we've got a few other bits and bobs loose in there. So we made good headway on it. This is an older kit. It's a simpler kit. I've got no aftermarket for this whatsoever. It's completely out of the box. But she is looking well. This is the Hero Boy engine colour, which I found a little bit too light. So I darkened it up. But an out-of-the-box kit, it looks really well. It's come out quite nice. That frame colour, specific to Ducati. That looks quite well. We've got a carbon decal on that, chain guard on the back. And again, the kit chain, done the sprockets. The chain's just done in black. I very, very lightly dry brushed it. And we'll leave it as is there. We've got a carbon part I did the other day. Actually forgot I did this one. It needs a bit more work. We need a little bit more setting solution in there. But you can see how well the carbon decals work and how well they settle. We've got the radiator, which has been painted up in various Alclad and extreme metal colours, and then done with the carbon decals again. That was just tricky as hell to do, real difficult work. 3 pieces along there to conform to all these ducts and intakes, 3 separate pieces inside there. That took, God, 5 hours, no, 4 hours in total to do, just that carbon there. So it's very long-winded, but worth it by far. Got the main body fairing, which is glued together. I've got a Passé glue for filler, so that's all in there as well. So that's ready to be worked on. I'm waiting for something to start working on that on, but I can't say just yet. The exhausts are done, they're all together. They've been Tamiya extra thin, they need sanding down, get rid of all these seams, painted up, and I've got a carbon these as well. Here's the other exhaust to go with it. We've got the front wheel arch, again carboned, multiple parts, but you can't really see it at all. She's come out really well. Lesson learned from the Ninja and to anybody else, run CA glue underneath that joint. Once you've glued it with your plastic glue and sanded it, etc., run a nice big bead of CA glue to give it a bit of extra strength under there. A couple of engine parts there. We've got the shocks, which need doing next, and there's a few other components in here. We've got foot peg, again carbon decal ready to go. I can't remember if I cleared these. No, these haven't been cleared yet, but as you can see, I've got a nice bit of shine to them. Whether I'm going to clear them, I don't know. Me and Tim are building this together. Timothy Iverts. We're building them together. Tim's cleared us. I'll have to have a look at it, see what it looks like before I decide. And we've got a few other bits and bobs loose in there. So we made good headway on it. I was solely working on this, but obviously with other projects popping up, we decided to, well, I decided to stop working on that, to concentrate on that Vigan, to get the Vigan done, and then I want to get this done next, if possible, as well. So if we grab the Thunderbolt. So this is Eduard's Jugs Over Italy. So it's an Academy base kit with all the Eduard extras chucked in. Just go that way. Okay, let's just stop that right there. Sadly, whilst attaching the wings to the fuselage and the horizontal stabilisers, I accidentally dropped the aircraft on the bench. Fears of my resin cockpit falling out due to ill fitting in the Academy kit were well founded. The whole cockpit didn't fall out, just the floor did, taking the seat, control levers, etc. with it. So couldn't get them back in position. So sadly, it ended up with the aircraft looking like this. Not my proudest moment, I'll give it, but I snapped it in half in rage. More annoyed that I couldn't get the cockpit back after all the hard work, and then decided to rip it apart to save the cockpit. And I thought I'd buy a Tamiya kit, which I did. I bought this one, and I've been building this ever since. So we'll leave that dimension update right there because it just had the end of the Thunderbolt, and I'll come back in the next one and I'll show you where the P47's at. So sorry about that, but back to our normally scheduled programming. So there we go, that's everything we're working on. The final reveal of the ZX-RR, the 916 Ducati and the Edouard Jugs Over Italy P47. So that's everything I'm working on. Next up we will have, oh, I don't know what the next update will be. Probably might do just an overall one, because none of them reviewed. I didn't review the Ducati, I didn't review the Thunderbolt, so there's no specific at the bench at the minute. There will be from a next build, because these are slightly older kits. They've been well reviewed. I didn't think it was worth reviewing them, to be honest. I got a review of Tamiya's new FXXK Ferrari coming up as well. So that probably will be the next video out, and then we'll come back and at the bench and see how the current builds are going. So there you go. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon, and I'll catch you around, and I'll see you on the forums.